In this section, we're going to register and authenticate the user. In order to do that, we need some backend capabilities. That's where our troubles begin. Vue is completely client-side. Every line of code we've written is meant to be loaded on the browser. We haven't had to worry about the backend. Webpack will create a temporary server for us. With that being said, authentication isn't a task that's completely left to the server. The browser or client does play a role in it. Before we can get to authentication, we need a server that will handle authentication. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to go over a lot of the concepts for backend development or even review the code for it. It's a topic that deserves a course of its own. Luckily, there is a solution out there that will solve all our issues. The solution I'm referring to is called Firebase. Firebase was initially as a database. Google acquired it a few years after its release. Google has transformed the product from a database to a backend solution for mobile applications. It doesn't have to be used for mobile apps. You can also use it for web applications. So what do I mean by backend solution? Firebase will store your data, authenticate users, store files, provide analytics, and much more. It saves you time from having to learn another language for setting up a server. It's used by many companies like Twitch, Alibaba, and the New York Times. I find that it's a great solution for quickly prototyping an application. Firebase is more than suitable for powering our application. Even though we'll be using Firebase, we will go over some of the concepts that make authentication work. Before we dig into the code, we'll need to create a Firebase project. It's completely free to create a project. In the resource section of this lecture, I provide a link to Firebase. You will need to log into your Google account to use Firebase. At the top right corner, click the Go to Console button. You will be presented with the option to add a new project. Click on it. A pop-up will appear asking for more information about your new project. We're going to call our project Music. Any name will do, but it should be relevant. We are creating a music app, so it makes sense to call it Music. An ID will be generated for your project. I'm fine with the generated ID, but you do have the option of assigning a custom ID by clicking on the pencil icon. Let's continue on to the next settings. You may be asked if you'd like to integrate Google Analytics into the project. We're not going to use Google Analytics for this project. However, you're more than welcome to enable it if you'd like. I'm going to disable it for this project. There's not much configuration we have to make out of the box. The setup process is an absolute breeze. We can tell Firebase to start creating the project. This preparation may take a while for some of you. Just be patient. Once everything has been prepped, you can proceed to view your application. Right away, you'll be given a full-fledged dashboard for managing your application. It can be overwhelming, but I'll be sure to guide you through everything. The first step we want to take is to create a database. The database is where we can store the user data. On the sidebar, this section is where we'll be spending most of our time in Firebase. This section will list every tool we have at our disposal. These tools will help us develop the application we're trying to build. Firebase will ask us to create a database. We're presented with two options for creating a database called Firestore and Real-Time Database. Firestore is Firebase's new database. It's the better option. It comes with more features and scales better. The Real-Time Database was the original solution the team came up with. It's available for teams that prefer to work with the older version. For this course, we'll be using the Firestore database. Click on Create Database under the Firestore section. A modal will appear to prompt us to select a set of security rules. There are two sets called Production and Test. The Production mode will create a set of strict rules. Only authorized users can read or write to the database. This option is usually the option you'll want to go with when launching your application. We're currently in the development phase of the application, so the test mode will be better for us. This mode will allow all users to read and write to our database. It's not a secure option, but that's alright. No one knows about our application beside us. When we near the completion of our application, we are going to revisit the rules. We'll make things stricter before shipping to production. Select Test Mode and then click Next. We'll be asked where the database is located. This is an important option to consider. Firebase offers locations all over the world. I recommend picking a location that's close to you or your users. The closer a database is, the faster the response time. By default, Firebase will try to pick your location closest to you. If you don't like the location, then you do have the opportunity to change it to somewhere else. I prefer the default, so I'll leave it as is. Click Done. Firebase will begin creating your database. This creation process may take a few moments. We've successfully created our database. Currently, the database is empty. We'll be filling it with data soon. In the next lecture, we're going to review the rules generated by Firebase.